Kule video lena sizobe sikhuluma ngana ngo question 5. But sketched below is the graph of f of x equal to k raised to exponent x, where k are greater than 0, meaning k is a positive value. The point 4 to 16 lies on f. Basiphe a point. In fact, I two lama points. 4 no 16, and the y-intercept 0 and 1. Yes, this is a linear exponential function, right? In the description box of this video, uzothola ama links for other recordings for the question paper. Now we're interested, yeah, check out the description box. Uzowathola lapha. Now 5.1, determine the value of k. So k simthola la ku f of x. So f of x equal to k raised to exponent x. So in this case, in order to calculate k is a thing I point, I can either use this one. I think more. Can we use 0 and 1? Can we? 0, 1. Nah. We can only use 4 and 16. 4 and 16. So let us substitute this one again. Okay, let us substitute this border. So it's going to be 16 equal to k raised to exponent bani 4. So y ngifaka 16, k x ngifaka bani 4. And then ngithatha the fourth root on both sides of the equation, like about plus minus, right? Ngoba the fourth root is an even number, right? Square root even number. Now I'm sure it's 2. Square root to represent 2 bani 1 over 2. Fourth root to represent 2 bani 1 over 4. So I'm a roots with even numbers. They produce a plus or minus. It's either a plus or a minus. So the fourth root of 16 is equal to 2 plus minus 2. So the answer like about equal to bani plus minus plus. Yeah, my pen at deck. I think 7 said this one. Plus minus 2. This is going to be equal to k uzoba equal to a plus 2. Ngoba basitshelile ukuthi k komele abe greater than 0. It must be a positive value. So yep, now I answer it to get 5.2. I think further my classes. Angisaboni kahle manje. Oh yeah, angisaboni kahle. Sengibona abu question 3 la. Anyway, asiqhubeke. 5.2, bathi the graph G is obtained by reflecting a graph F about the line y equal to x. Determine the equation of G in the form y equal to ... Now this is f of x, right? F of x, and then f of x can be expressed as y equal to 2 raised to exponent x. Now the inverse function bani g, the inverse graph sithola by reflection about the line y equal to x, which is the line it passes through the origin, right? So therefore, since the reflection of f about line is the inverse graph, so I just swap y, where there's y ngifaka x, and then where there's x ngifaka bani y. So y uzala x ezela, then g simthola kanjalo ke. Therefore asikhona ukuyishiya so ifunction yethu. The y, the output must be the subject of the formula. So we make y the subject of the formula, but in order to do that, you apply the log definition. So y is equal to log 2 base of bani log 2 of x. So this is y equal to log 2 x. So this is the inverse or the reflection of graph f. 5.3, sketch the graph of G. Indicate in your graph the coordinates of 2 points on G. So G is what is the inverse of f. So sifuna ukuplotta that graph. Now the graph esoyiplotta ile graph a reflected about the line y equal to x. So it means that this point here 0 and 1 izoba la kuyoba 1 and 0, meaning u1 uyoba x and then ubani u0 uzoba ubani y. Y is equal to x, meaning you swap the coordinates. So it's 1 and 0, and then la about 16 and 16 and bani 4. You just swap the coordinates, then you connect again, right? Then you are connect alama point. Then sizothola a curve efana not this one, not this one here, not this one. So uma we sketch this one 5.3, the inverse, you don't have to calculate the y-intercept, x-intercept, asymptote, so on and so on. You just swap lama coordinates, then you draw a sketch sakho. 5.4, use your graph to determine the values of x for which 5.4.1 f of x times g of x is greater than 0. This is a common question where ukhuluma nge-parabola and a straight line, or a hyperbola and a parabola, a hyperbola and a straight line. If there's a combination of functions, this question it's very likely kutuzoithola. Even this one now, it's very common. So lama questions laba determine the values of x for which check something. This one I think ikaze kancane nje. F of x now times are not g of x, they must be greater than 0, meaning that the product of f no g must be positive. So how can I get a product, a positive, between f no g? It's either f uba positive, nangabu f uba positive, it means no g komele abe njani, abe positive. And when you multiply the two, you get a value that's positive, that's greater than 0. And then if f are negative and then g are negative, that's when you get a greater value or a positive value. Ngoba negative times negative, it's positive. Positive times positive, it's also positive. A negative now it times a positive uthola a negative, so it's over less than 0. So now lana ke, it's either f uba positive, or let me say both your functions must be positive, or both your functions must be negative. Yes, if a function yakho it's above the x-axis, i positive. If a function yakho is below the x-axis, iba negative. So nalana again, nala it's either sifuna la lama functions they are both positive corner or both negative. Check out, yabona this line, if I go to the left hand side of this line, if I go to the left of the line, uyambona function g, the function g iba njani, iba negative ngoba it's below the x-axis. And then this one function f uba njani, uba positive. So this is positive, this is negative if I move to the left. But if I move to the right, ne? If I move to the right, g uba njani, uba positive, and then f uba njani, uba positive. So therefore this is what I'm looking for, and it's to the right of ubani, of x equal to 1. Remember sifuna values of x, right? So this line imeguphi 1 and 0, so it means the x is equal to 1. The x is equal to 1. Yes, is equal to 1. So to the right of 1 I get ama functions wam abanjani, aba positive. So whenever x aba greater than 1, it means whenever x are greater than 1 to the right of 1, both g no f, they are both positive. So this is what I'm looking for. If I'm going to the left of x equal to 1, I'm getting a negative function and a positive function, which is something engayifuni ke le. So na isolution yethu lapha ku 5.4.1 siya ku 5.4.2, this one. Sifuna ama values of x for which g of x are less than or equal to -1. Okay, this one ke bheka ke la. This one, for this one, g of x ubani? G of x, g of not f of x, but g of x less than or equal to -1. G of x, it's this function log 2x less than or -1 or equal to -1, and then x applying log definition again, it's going to be less than or equal to -1. So x less than or equal to 1/2. So the answer yethu la is x less than or equal to -2. I mean less than or equal to 1/2, right? But x less than, okay, now 1/2 somewhere la 1/2, right? X equal to 1/2 is somewhere here. But if I go to the left, meaning x whenever are less than or equal to -2, ngithola what? Ngithola ukuthi g of x uba less than -1, uba less than -1. Now g of x uba equal to -1 whenever x are equal to 1/2. Yes, now okay. But check something, this y axis is in fact illogange. It's in fact our axis of symmetry. No, the asymptote of function g. So therefore I cannot say x must be less than or equal to 1/2 kuphela. I have to restrict ngithi x wami must be between 0 and 1/2 ngoba u0 less than bani 1/2, and then the 0, in fact u0 komele singadi equal to, it's less than 0x, I mean 0 is less than x, and then x abe less than or equal to 1/2, or element of 0 excluded. Ngiyam exclude u0 ngoba uyi vertical asymptote. Ungayibhala this way or ngale ndlela le using interval notation. 0 excluded, 1/2 included. Ungay express as in interval notation or as this one. So ngi explain nange interval notation just to bring more clarity as to why u0 sim exclude la, or why am I placing u0 as a restriction. Function yami ayi beyond 0 because of u0, x equal to 0, it's also the asymptote. So answer yes, nasi solve algebraically, answer ithini, x is less than or equal to 1/2. But igraph ithini, the x equal to 0 is what? Is a asymptote. Komele si restrict lapho nje kuphela. So now go 5.4.2 i-answer yethu ke le. Now siya la ku 5.5, ngizodinga uku-erase la so that we can answer this question ke. Alright, 5.5 but if h of x are equal to f of minus x, calculate the value of x for which f of x minus h of x is equal to 15/4. So 5.5, it's purely algebra ke la. It's purely algebra. I ding a graphical solution, so you solve algebraically this one. 5.5 asicale ngokuthi or let's start off by finding a function ka h of x eqala. F I do have ngishota nge function ka h of x, but h of x is equal to f of minus x. Bheka ke manje, h of x is equal to 2 raised to exponent minus x. So f of x we know ukuthi is equal to 2 raised to exponent x. We calculated if value ka k sathola ukuthi 2. Therefore f of minus x, where there's x ngiyofaka ubani minus x, so it's going to be 2 exponent minus x. Exponent minus x, that's why I need to h of x lana is equal to 2 raised to exponent minus x. Therefore f of x minus h of x, now since you attempt to solve that equation, you substitute our f naye h instead of calculator, we substitute 2 raised to exponent x with f, and then 2 raised to exponent minus x with h, equal to 15 over 4. Check this out again. Bega, this 2 raised to exponent x is in fact a fraction there. 2 raised to exponent x minus 1 over 2 raised to exponent x is equal to 15 over 4. This is in fact, this is a fraction as well. Yes. The equation anye ngikhona ukuyisimplifya. Meanwhile in a negative exponent lapha. Meanwhile my variable is a negative exponent, so kwamele siyibhale ibe a positive exponent. So that's why I need to change her from here to this fraction. Now solve for x nginama fractions, I need the LCD la. LCD or the LCM is equal to 2 raised to exponent x times 4. Ilo 4 nalo 2 raised to exponent x. Bese ngithatha LCD yami multiply ngayo la, multiply ngayo la, ngibuye multiply ngayo la, right? I multiply each term ekhona kule equation by the LCD. So now multiply by the LCD la ngiyothola u2 raised to exponent 2x, ngoba u2x now times on 2, I mean 2 raised to exponent x now times on 2 raised to exponent x, uthola ubani 2x times 2x, uyothola u2 raised to 2x, ngoba x plus x nginikeza ubani u2x, and then kuba ubani ilo 4 lo, so it's going to be times 4 la, minus nangithatha le LCD ngimultiply ngayo la ku1 over 2 raised to exponent x, lo 2x, 2 raised to exponent x ucancela lo 2 lo, and then ngisala no 4 equal to, and then ngapha ku 15 lo 4 cancela lo 4 ngisala no 15 nalo 2x, so it's going to be 15 times 2 raised to exponent x. Yes. Okay, but this thing it's a quadratic equation in disguise. Why do I say that? Let's move everything to the left hand side. So we go about 15 times 2 raised to exponent x minus 4 equal to 0. Right? This 2 raised to exponent 2x kufana nokuthi u squared, ax squared, and then lo 2x uyafana nokuthi ubani u x. So sine trinomial la kahle kahle. We have a trinomial. We can just say let 2 raised to exponent x be equal to k. Therefore this is in fact 4 k squared, ngoba 2 raised to exponent x is equal to k, and the lana no 2 raised to exponent 2x, so by 2, so it's 2x times 2x, 2 raised to exponent x times 2 raised to exponent x inginikeza k squared la, minus 15 k minus 4. That's why I need it's a quadratic equation in disguise. So lana go about 4k nangisebenzisa factoring method, k equal to what is it? Okay, yeah, it's 4 and then 1 la. So it's minus plus 4 times 4 is 16, minus 16 plus 1 inginikeza lo 15, negative 15k. Therefore k uzoba equal to 4 or 4k, or omunye k uzoba equal to minus 1 over 4. Therefore let us substitute back again ama exponents wethu ke, ama powers wethu. Then we about 4, and then that will 2x equal to minus 1 over 4. There is no solution la. There is no power. Uzothi now yofaka okay, there's no power with a variable. Uzothi kuleyo variable yakho, like in our case 2 raised to exponent x, there's no value ka x engizothi nangi substitute la inginikeze a negative answer. It's highly impossible. It's very unlikely. So that's why there is no solution la. There is no x value engizothi nangi substitute ngayo inginikeze a negative value la. So a power that is equal to a negative number, it's very unlikely. So like about 2 raised to exponent 2 raised to exponent 2, x is equal to 2, 1 to 1, I'm a basis ayafana, I just drop my exponent. So the x is equal to 2 lana ku 5.5. Let us see solving algebra. This question bekomele si solving algebra, okay, this one. So our x is equal to 2, which is the conclusion or the last question for question 5 way 2. So I hope we enjoy it or uthole some value out of this video. Nangabe uthole some value, ungakhohlwa ukusharela abangani bakho, ungakhohlwa ukulike, ungakhohlwa ukusubscribe. Asikhulume as well in the comment section nangabe una question. If ever there's a blunder engiyenzile or a mistake uyibonile la, point it out, usincede. For now, asibonane on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.